All right, welcome back.
Yeah.
We are out
We're
from
on the
behind
warehouse.
yes, out from behind the desks, or the desk, and we are going to now showcase and talk about all the things we were going over in the studio: the Pivot XD,
Yep.
the Molle accessory hoop, the different posts, and then how you can mount your spare tire.
Yeah, so we thought it'd be great to see it kind of in action. This is the back of our company, Tacoma. This is the 20.
This is a third gen. I think it's a 23.
Tacoma. I don't know if that makes a difference, but it's nice to know what vehicle we're putting it on.
And don't look at our spare tire. It's not the prettiest wheel here, but
that's okay.
We're showcasing it.
All right, so Pivot XD in the hitch,
Yes.
2-inch hitch. And some of the stuff we pointed out, Craig, if you want to go through a couple of the features down low.
We talked about the cam system. Bingo. This right here tightens up, kind of a wedge device which lodges it in. So as you can see, we're not experiencing, there's no movement here. So, and that is something that you can find on all Kuat hitch racks, is the cam system.
Yeah, that
And
stability and reducing that movement is key to like that good ride.
First and foremost, we talked about this big handle. So this is the forged handle that kind of holds the system and tightens it all together. This is the drop pin, so kind of a safety latch. With that engaged, if for some reason this came out, your pivot's not swinging open. Another neat feature is when you swing this open, if you take a look at these 2 points, when you have the pivot compressed and you have the pin down and it latched, it's putting a lot of tension up on these top 2 points, which even reduce the amount of flex or movement that these arms can have kind of back and forth.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's one cool thing to note. So let's swing this open.
Yeah, let's talk about the swing on it. So before we talked about the 2 different stopping points, I guess, there's a 90-degree where you'll drop the pin back in to stop it at that point, or if you need a little more access, you can go a little bit farther. Drop the pin into that point, and that gives you a good stable area to work in and out of your truck and out of your van.
Right. And if you're parked on a slope, that's important too, because this is a lot of weight we're talking about. Spare tire, easily 50, 60 plus pounds.
Yeah.
Plus the rack itself, and if you have any gear. So you don't want that swinging back into you. So
definitely.
That's, like Tom said, not only accessible to drop the tailgate, but also prevents everything from swooping back into you.
Well, since we have it open, do you want to go ahead and talk about the accessories available for the Pivot?
Yes. Pivot XD is this main swing device. This is the XD Molle hoop. It attaches and bites down on this outer arm of the pivot. So three bolts going down through.
So the Molle hoop comes with the Molle panel, of course.
Yes. Yeah,
so
this is a whole one piece.
Whole system, and it gives you that surface to mount accessories. A popular one for a Molle panel on the side of the truck would be like a jerry can or something like that. But it gives you a surface area to carry more gear, essentially, on your pivot. And it doesn't take away from the feature or the 2-inch receiver that you can still use for one of our hitch-mounted bicycle racks.
Totally.
So you've got some carrying capacity here, still frees up the hitch, for a bike rack.
Yeah, one configuration would be the Pivot XD, the Molle hoop, maybe no spare tire. You already have that taken care of. You have the bike rack there in the 2-inch receiver, and then you have maybe a storage box that you want to put your gear that you're using all the time.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, you mentioned the spare tire holder, so let's talk about that. Let me open this and swing it back a little bit, and then you can talk about it some. So the spare tire holder is a separate accessory. So there's actually 2 accessories mounted here.
It is. The Molle hoop that we just went through, and then we have 3 different sizes of posts depending on your spare tire, the depth, the wheel depth.
Yeah, the offset, right?
Correct, on what you want to mount to. Our configuration here, we've been running Rotopacks on the inside, so we wanted to have enough space that we could still mount that accessory. It would be tangible that we could use, and then the spare tire was still tucked in as close as we could.
Yeah, so the 3 different sizes give you some options, either how you want to store things or carry gear, and then depending on your wheel and tire, you can
if you wanted it as
essentially.
as flush as possible, we have that how to measure on our website, and you could have your spare tire be as close as possible to this side of the Molle hoop. So yeah, and okay, so we talked about Pivot XD. We talked about these two accessories. Availability, I know, let's go over one more time. Pivot XD, this is available now. Go into your local Kuat retailer, go to our website, pick up the Pivot XD. The accessories, the Molle hoop and the spare tire, will be available in the coming months. So.
Yep, definitely. So you can get the whole package if you want, but the Pivot XD is available. It's a great platform to start with. Again, you can kind of build this out like you want, depending on what bike rack you want on there or other accessory. And then, of course, the hoop with Molle and the spare tire. So it's a choose your own adventure, kind of piece of gear. Do with it what you'd like.
Yep.
So, yeah. But it's a nice heavy-duty model, 350-pound load carrying capacity. So it does have a lot.
Which is really important to carry this gear, bike rack gear, or whatever configuration y'all think of.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah, well, check it out, Küat.com if you have questions. Of course, look at our other video again. You can get some more specs on the website as well.
The website.
And check your local dealer. They're out at local dealers right now. They can order it for you. Hopefully they have it in stock. But,
follow along our socials. Sometimes we put some cool stuff out there.
Definitely.
We've got an active next few months for events, things to talk about. So, make sure to follow along.
Yeah.
Mash that like button. Of course, subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, definitely.